I hope you didn't cheat to see these. Right.
You know, if I get it right, I'm cheating.
The next player, he has won an NRL Grand Final with both of his 2 NRL clubs.
Right. Well, there's a few there. Go on.
Yeah, that's not a very specific one, is it? It builds up to a very specific one. He started his career as a wing or centre, but is now better known as a second row or loose forward.
Right. A lot of players make that move as well, Mark. Go on.
Including the one we talked about before. He made his NRL debut in 2001 for Penrith before making his New South Wales debut in 2004 and finally playing for Australia in 2009.
It's not gone the way I thought it would. Right.
So he's a big player.
Yeah. Big player. Ex-Penrith. Obviously, I'm winning with Penrith. Right, go on.
He was 2010 Dally M and RLIF Lock of the Year.
It's not Friday.
It's not Friday.
Go on.
This is the final clue.
These are where I get stumped on the NRL ones. Go
if
on.
you don't get it off this one.
Well, that was fucking the killer blow.
He was the 2016 Clive Churchill medal winner as man of the match in the NRL Grand Final.
Andrew Fafita.
No. You don't know who was man of the match?
Who was man of the match? Fucking hell, no I don't. Who was the man of the match?
Paul
Gallen.
Formerly played for Penrith.
Right.
Started his career as a winger or centre, better known as a loose forward or second row. One man of the match.
Go on,
for your Cronulla Sharks.
I know. Just say it's on.
Only 4 months ago in the NRL Grand Final.
I'm a terrible fan. I can't. I'm blanking. You'll say it.
He has an alliterative name, if that helps.
No, it doesn't. I'm just like. I'm blocked. Go on.
Luke
Lewis. Fuck hell.
So what links Luke Lewis and Paul Johnson that happened 13 years ago today?
Luke Lewis and Paul Johnson 13 years ago today. Do they both get married today?
No.
No, it's a rugby league event.
Yes.
Right. They can't play each other in a World Club game, can they? Did they play each other in a World Club match? They played each other when Bradford won the World Club Series in 2000. Did we win it in 2004? They must have been playing against each other when the Bulls beat Newcastle. Penrith.
Yeah.
There you go.
They both played at centre in the World Club Challenge. Bradford 22, Penrith 4. Bright spot for you there.
Yeah, bright spot all those years ago.
Yeah.
That was an improvement on last week's performance.
It was. It was indeed. Well done.
I'll take that. There you go. I'm certain there were people that got there quicker than me, and I'm certain there are people that are going to give me a ton of shit for not getting Luke Lewis.
I'm shocked. Given that I gave you players who played for your clubs as well.
I know.
I can get why you found Luke Lewis hard to get to until
you said the man of the match. But no, honestly, because in my head, Fafita was the man of the match. So I know he wasn't, but he should have been the man of the match. Fafita. So that's why I've given it to him and forgotten all about Luke Lewis.
Okay, Tom.
There we go. Anyway, I'm certain people will get in touch and give us some grief and let us know how you got on in this week's SLP Trivia. Mark, what's coming up?
Well, we will be at Wigan Central, will we not?
We will.
On Sunday afternoon from around about midday, shall we say?
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that
gives us a couple of hours.
That's the train. That's the train. Am I going to get the train through and meet you on the train then?
We will probably take best picking that up off the show.
Okay. Is that a conversation to be had? Is it?
Well, we need to arrange.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to cover it now, we can cover it now. I was thinking I could either drive through and pick you up and then we'll both get the train from my end.
Okay.
Or we figure out the same train to connect at Preston from.
Okay, well.
So we'll have a look.
Okay. You're not going to jump on at Kirkham then?
Yeah. I'll be getting on the train either way in Kirkham. It's whether I get you and take you to Kirkham so we have more train options to get to Preston. Or you hop on the train from St Anne's, and then I hop on the same train at Kirkham, and then we both get on the train at Preston.
I would prefer to have somebody with me rather than be wandering around Preston Station.
Okay.
But all will be revealed.
We'll sort that out.
Yeah, no problem.
The part that involves none of the listeners.
There you go.
I hope you enjoyed that, gang. Yes.
Okay, yeah, but we'll be in Wigan Central from about 12:30.
I've got the next day off, so I might be amiable to some drinks after the game too.
There you go. Well, I haven't, and I've recently purchased a Euro Disney holiday, so if someone wants to come along and buy me a few beers, that'd be brill. Otherwise, I'm operating on a not hammered budget, but you know,
it's one of the perks of operating a free podcast is when you do see the listeners, they'll buy you a pint. Owen kindly obliged on Saturday.
I suspect I'm in for a pint or two, knowing what I know about Sunday. So
let's hope so.
We're all good. Recommendations?
Also, next week's trivia, heads up, will be related to the two sides that are playing in the World Club Challenge match.
Excellent.
So maybe with it coming the day after the World Club Challenge, some hints will have been dropped along the way.
Who knows?
It's exciting.
I won't. Any recommendations this week, Mark? Or have we got more for what's coming up?
Just to talk to people about getting in touch with the game reviews as they come live on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'll need to do up some graphics for the World Club Series games at some point this week. And also to ask people to make sure when they're listening to this show, if you're one of the hardy true battlers who gets through to this back end of the show, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on whatever other social media platforms you use, or just text your mates about it or whatever. Help us boost our numbers. The first episode of the new season, the Norm episode, so last week's episode, was better than we were at this time last season for listeners, but way behind where we'd ended the season up. So I'm hoping a few of those people who've jumped back on board now. It's game review time, and please give us that push, because I haven't got time to promote us all week. But
share the ruddy hell out of us.
But please do share that. It's always appreciated.
Fantastic. Okay, recommendations. I'll do mine quickly this week because we both overlap slightly. But one of my favourite TV shows is back in about 10 minutes, actually, on Sky Atlantic. It's Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. We here in the UK get it a day later than they do in America on HBO. He's one of my favourite comedians. He's a tremendous satirist, and he's very, very funny and very, very amusing on American and world current affairs. Give him a look.
Yeah, and that leads you into your other one that you were going to say, and then I said I was going to say it, and now we're both going to say it.
Well, you can say it.
The Moorside.
The Moorside, yes, the Shannon Matthews story.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was a brilliant piece of television.
It's tremendous.
It told the story in a way that
it's telling the story. It's concluding on Tuesday night, isn't it?
It's telling the story in a way that the story has never been told. It's giving us a lot more characters to look at and a lot more perspective about the community. It's also allowed some articles off the back of it from the people it's focused on to sort of share the fallout of how they've adapted to their community and how they feel about it after all of this. It just shows how awful like someone hoodwinking their communities and how strange motivations, whatever they might be, disrupt a way for someone to be, and it's crazy.
It's tremendously well acted as well, isn't it?
Brilliant lead performance.
The two lead performers, one of them is Sheridan Smith, a woman who I would merrily make the next Mrs. Crook. I think Sheridan Smith's a phenomenal actress. She plays Julie Bushby, who was one of the key figures in the community push to find Shannon Matthews, and Gemma, her surname escapes me now, but she was, for Game of Thrones fans, she is Ara Greyjoy.
Oh, right.
In Game of Thrones, and she's a Yorkshire lass, and she plays Karen Matthews, and she does it superbly well, I would say. The look and the way that she carries herself is
it is a remarkable likeness. Yeah, the other friend, the neighbour, I think that. Oh yeah,
the one that's kind of suspicious.
That role's been performed quite well too. I feel along the way.
Yeah.
It's like you say, it's a well acted piece. It's a well delivered piece. It's entertaining, and you don't want to be entertained by such awful kind of ideas and events, but it's done in a very good way to sort of distract the attention away from the awful experience this child at the time, now young adult, went through. But covers more the fallout from what real life events can mean.
The thing I like about it, and the thing I worried about it being, was that it was going to be played for shock and played for sensationalism. And actually, we've not seen the little girl yet, and I expected that there would be, scenes of her being,
we don't see the room she was kept in.
Not seen any of that.
We don't see her face. We don't see her talk.
It's not about the child themselves, which is right. I think it's about the actions and thoughts of the community in terms of what led Karen Matthews to want to do that, and whether or not she was sort of mentally capable of being in charge of so many children, and the kind of the social commentary that comes along with that, and then the conversation about a working class community coming together and being a force for good and being a force for something positive, regardless of what the actual outcome was in terms of the scenario around Shannon Matthews being discovered. Actually, the story of this one person being driven to show that they can work together and perhaps show themselves in a light that they're not used to being shown in was very good. But it's tremendous, isn't it?
Yeah, so the first episode will still be available on iPlayer, I assume. Second episode airs on Tuesday night, so after you finish listening to this, check them out.
There you go.
Second one, just a quick one, something I mentioned before, but the Leaguecast app for any Android device users. Get all your rugby league podcasts all in one place. It's a really good resource, I find.
Yes.
And the BBC Rugby League have started a weekly Monday podcast release that you'll be able to pick up through that as well. So more jumping on board, trying to knock us off our perch, but
we're not frightened.
No.
Bring them on. With the wily old one-eyed alley cat on the block now. We're not scared of anybody. Right. Well then, we will see you after the World Cup Challenge. But until then, thank you for listening to your favourite Rugby League cast, the Super League Pod.